I never actually got to visit your labs back when we were working on the grav drive projects.
Seems like ancient history now. Only thing we're doing these days is launching weather satellites.
Guess this is as good a retirement as any. Now, Project Demeter, you want our help manufacturing scanners to better track these new meteorological patterns we're seeing.
Our guess is that the poles might be naturally shifting, causing some gravitational fluctuations that are throwing off our old models.
Why do you need the scanning tolerances to be so small? What are you trying to find?
I just want to be sure. It's not like we're doing much these days anyway. The glory days are over. Why not give ourselves a challenge before they write us off in the history books?
I know what I'm seeing, Victor. The data coming back from the satellites is very clear. It's the grav drives.
All those jumps from the moon. At this rate, Earth's atmosphere is going to start sputtering out into space.
Can the drives be fixed?
I'm working on some designs that should discreetly solve the problem, under the guise of an emergency update to the fueling pumps.
We're talking about the end of Earth, and you're trying to be subtle about it.
Judith, the last thing we need is people losing faith in grav drive technology. That might be our only option.
To what? Are you seriously saying we should abandon Earth?
The timeline is under 50 years. A blink of an eye for a planet. But more than
of God. One that science has found a solution for. Time for humanity to take its place in the stars.
You knew, didn't you? You lied to me. All this time, I dedicated my life to this discovery, Victor. And you knew we were going to kill off our planet?
You haven't seen the future I've seen. There's an infinite expanse of promise out there. A meteor could hit Earth, a plague, another world war. Colonizing other galaxies secures humanity's future for all coming generations, across all time.
At the expense of our home.
Stop it, both of you. All that matters is building enough ships to get everyone off this planet. And we need to start now.
I'll draft up a statement. We'll need to address the entire international community. I'm sorry, Judith.
There isn't a planet in this universe that will be far enough away from you, Victor. We are never speaking again after this is over.
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this, then you probably already know the truth. I was young when I first headed the retrieval team of an odd gravitational anomaly on Mars. But I kept what really happened that day hidden from everyone except one other person. Even she didn't believe me at first. But I have no reason to lie to anyone now, so I hope you'll accept this confession, whoever you are. When I touched the anomaly, I experienced 12 days of lost time. I met myself. He told me everything that has since come true. The grav drive equations, the tests on the moon, Earth's atmosphere sputtering away because of what we had done. But he also told me about a city thriving on a planet orbiting a distant star. Human culture, art, music, lifestyles evolving and shining brightly across all of space. What price would I be willing to pay for that future? Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe Judith was right and I'm just a coward who wants to believe his mistakes were justified. But everyone has forgotten about the real origins of the grav drive, this artifact from Mars. I hope you make better use of it than I did.
eternity ends.
Well, that looks painful. This feels like old times.
Do you understand now why I asked you to come here? The artifacts unlocked the secret of interstellar travel, at the cost of Earth.
An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems?
Every grav drive in the settled systems was built on technology that came from an artifact that was discovered on Mars. But these early drives shook the gravity field surrounding Earth. Eventually, the atmosphere started to slowly sputter away into space. That's why Earth is uninhabitable. The artifact gave the scientists a greater understanding of time and space, but not the wisdom to see where that would lead.
The settled systems wouldn't exist without the artifacts, in other words. We owe what happened here in NASA a great debt. Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War, disease, famine, all the classics.
Don't you see? The power of the artifact forced humanity to the stars. They didn't get to make a choice. How many would have chosen Earth? What gave Victor Isa the right to choose for them?
You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves.
In the wrong hands, the power of the artifacts can make anyone a tyrant. That's why we watch over them. The only thing you're watching out for is yourself. Join me, old friend. We can collect the final pieces together.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not his old friend, remember? You're from another universe. Don't try to manipulate him. Okay. I couldn't win you over on philosophy. How about pragmatism? I'm more powerful than the emissary. Than any other Starborn. And you might not understand why, but I want you to succeed. You've never gotten this far before. I need to see what happens to you.
Thank you.
Well, can't say I didn't try. We'll settle this at the usual place.
The buried temple. We'll be there.
You're lucky I'm a man of my word. I'll see you there.
Stay for a moment. You must have questions about what happens next. We won't be able to go to the buried temple right away. There are still other artifacts out there in the settled systems that haven't been gathered. You'll need to work with your colleagues in Constellation to find them. There's always a final artifact in a specific temple. The Hunter and I agreed that whomever you sided with, the other would wait there. Expect anything and everything. Other Starborn, human mercenaries, and defenses, alien creatures under mind control. It's all fair game. All the other artifacts need to be gathered before the final one will reveal itself. I'll be bringing mine. The Hunter will be bringing his. And you'll need to bring the rest. All of the ones Constellation can find. I'll meet you in orbit above the buried temple. We'll face what's there together. He and I have made a number of agreements over the years, if you can even call them years at this point. We let him go. In exchange, he'll wait at the buried temple. You'll be able to prepare any way you can before then.
like it, but I gotta admit, New Atlantis is classy.
Smell that? I would bottle that up if I could. Musty old books, a bit of motor oil, and history.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity. Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation. You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen. These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn. Catch a smile out there.
Bet you never... This is all exciting, but... there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right. I thought I had a grip on the situation. I'm not so sure anymore. The Sanctum Universum believes that God wanted us to travel the stars. That's gotten us here. Is this... could this be the next step in that journey? Is this what we were meant to learn out here? Could the unity... could that be God? Or a way to reach him? I knew we were onto something big with the artifacts, but this... it's beyond anything I could have imagined. The one thing I'm sure of is that we have to see this through. We need to find the rest of the artifacts. Take care of yourself.
It's been quieter. As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then. It's silly, but I can't stop thinking about the idea that there are more of me out there. Even just one more Noel is crazy to consider, but dozens, hundreds, an infinite number of them? How different might might we all be? Am I not even remotely the unique individual I thought I was? My head is spinning just considering it.
Affirmative.
Well, I'm glad you seem so certain of that. I'll admit, I'm not that sure. At all. Stay safe, okay?
Oh, sore. One too many squats. Keep coming back to one thing. Both of these Starborn, they're people you know. Only they're not the people you know. Say and do things the folks you know would never. Doesn't bode well for anyone stepping into the Unity. Or through it, or however it works. You consider what it might do to you? Easy to say when you're on this side of it, but give some thought to who or what might come out the other side. No loss as great as the loss of what you are. Jaw the words another time, then.
I would be more useful to you aboard your ship than idling here, awaiting tasks.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know something no one else does. Counter to everything I've said and believed before. I've caught myself wondering if we ever should have started this search. If this is all true, and I have it right, we've potentially started a chain of events that will create more of these Starborn. Or worse, enable the ones we've seen to become even stronger. I am not fond of either of those options. So maybe now we have no choice but to finish this journey before one of them does. No, I suppose we never really do. But I don't see any other possibilities right now. Look, I don't like the idea of siding with either one of these groups. I'd much rather see someone from Constellation get there first. I trust any of us far more than these Starborn. You're doing Constellation proud.
Site is clear. Descent started.
You're in space. Fun, but scary.
Calling me. You heard too? Things are going our way.
Wait. Hold on.
Calculating. And orbit stabilizing. Earth.
Excuse me. Got the news, Stroud Eklund? Still getting the hang of it. Don't be alarmed.
Jump complete. Want to do it again just for fun? No?
Hey, Mayday! This is easy to... Explosion, high energy research lab. Massive damage. Overrun. Requesting emergency evac. Please.
It's clear. Initiate sequence.
Probably still there. Who knows where? The answer to the question, if your friend jumps off a cliff, would you? No. No, sir, I wouldn't.
National Research Station. You speaking. What is your business here? What? We haven't sent a distress signal? Nothing on the comms. No other ships in the system since our last supply drop. Look, what are you trying to pull here? Yes, I'm sure. If there was an emergency, I'd be the one sending it. Out here, we're the only ones on this planet. If someone had sent a distress signal, we'd have picked it up. Really? The High Energy Research Lab? Alright. I don't know what's going on here, but you should talk with the director. For security, I'm going to have to ask your friend to wait out there. What's inside? Stay with me and don't make any sudden moves. I'll get the door. Welcome to Nishina. Step forward. Scan is clear. One moment. Attention all. I am declaring a cordial. All sections are now on lockdown. Senior staff, protocol Delta. So, there. Be right with you.
Ethan Hughes, Chief of Security. If you'll follow me, I'll show you to the director. Kaya Patel, our Administrator and Research Director. 28 years in quantum particle physics, or so I'm told. It's beyond me. We're a small research station in the middle of nowhere. Pirates eat places like these for lunch. It is my job to make sure that we are not on the menu. We'll take the back way out. Here, you can see our lovely storage area. Don't touch anything. So, Nisha was built 4 or 5 years ago. Research team. What the? Easy! Easy! What the hell was that? 1 minute, you're following me, and then you're just gone. Minute later, you pop in out of nowhere looking like you were in the middle of a fight. Cataxi? That doesn't make any sense. They're a native species, but we haven't seen any in years. I should have never let you inside. What is this? Some kind of stealth tick? Who are you working for? Look, I don't know what's going on. Let's get you to the director. Maybe she can figure this out. Come on, this way.
Who's there? Oh, thank God. Finally, someone came. The distress signal. You... Rafael. Rafael Aguero. Chief engineer here. Well, I was. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have made it much longer. It's been so long. I'm out of food, out of water. But I made it. Wait. How did you get in here? I've been locked in here for days. It was all I could do to keep those things out. You're here, but you didn't open any of the doors. So either I'm hallucinating, or... What? What are you talking about? No. No. This doesn't make any sense. Unless... the accident. Maybe this is a side effect of the accident. If the probe is still feeding power to the distortion, then... Right. Sorry. 3 months ago, I was calibrating an experiment in our high-energy research lab. There was an accident. An explosion. It caused a gas leak. Sparked a fire. I was trapped in the control room. There was nothing I could do. They're all dead. An artifact? You mean the metallic ob...
Just disappear. We should. Wait, he's back. All right, we're on our way up. Hughes out. I was just filling in the director. Let's keep moving. If anything happens, the director's office is on the second floor, end of the hall. You can't miss it. This way. Director.
Thank you, Ethan. Come in. Kaya Patel, Research Director. And this is our Chief Scientist, Maria Hughes. Ethan said you disappeared right in front of him. Twice now? 3 times?
Director, you can't be taking this seriously. Look, I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but there has to be a rational explanation for all of this. What does our research have to do with this?
No, it's fine. Let's start there. This facility and the research level 2 kilometers beneath us were built to study a gravitational distortion. 3 months ago, our chief engineer was calibrating an experimental probe when something went wrong.
We still don't know what happened. There was a series of explosions, and somehow it's still running. That's all we know. Whatever happened, we're completely cut off from the research level. Data feed, network, physical access, everything. That would make sense. That's why the field strength keeps increasing. We have a control unit for the probe. After the accident, I tried to use it to shut down the system, but the kill switch isn't responding. We could shut it off manually, but the entire research level is locked down. We can't even get down there.
What you see here are just our living quarters. Most of this facility is deep underground. We have a particle accelerator and extensive research and development labs. Or we did.
Not from up here. The explosion fried the network circuits.
Without physical access to the research level, there is little we can do. We have been working in makeshift labs for months.
Excuse me?
That is quite a claim. What makes you think that? Tell us about this other universe. Raphael. Raphael died in the accident.
Wait, burned out? The leak. Director, there was a hydrogen leak right after the accident. It was contained in a minute or two.
But if it hadn't been, it could well have caused an explosion.
Another universe, though. That's a lot to swallow.
Presumed dead. As Maria said, the research level is still locked down, so we don't know exactly what happened.
If he survived, he could have ended the lockdown, but... You mean this other Raphael? No. How could we possibly do that?
Raphael was a colleague and a friend. If there was some way to help him, I would. But it does seem unlikely. We're not sure.
Raphael was in the lab near the ventilation controls. He could have stopped it.
Maybe he did. Or died trying.
An artifact?
You mean the source of the distortion? You know something about it?
The multiverse. Other universes?
At least one other universe, clearly. And you have some connection with them, then. Interesting. I wonder if that's why this is only affecting you. So far, no one else has reported anything unusual. Either it's your prior exposure to these artifacts, or perhaps simply the fact that you're an outsider here. We didn't know. That's why we were researching it. That is science, after all.
How? I told you the research level's locked down. We can't even use the damn elevator. What?
Clever. In this other universe, Raphael survived. He made it back from the lab, so clearly his elevator works. Take it, and you might be able to shut down the experiment.
This is crazy.
But first, we have to do something about your shifting.
We can't shut down the probe, but we might be able to adjust some of the other parameters. It's risky. We don't know what we're dealing with, but... All right. It's worth a try.
Then it sounds like we have a plan.
Come with me. The control unit is in the fabrication lab next door. What have we gotten ourselves into?
It's you. What happened? You disappeared, and the ceiling caved in, and... I thought I'd finally lost it. What? How? Look, if you think things are bad up here, the research level is even worse. I barely made it out, and that was months ago. I don't understand any of this. If I hadn't seen you disappear with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. Okay. You're my ticket out of here. We'll do this your way. We can get out through the pantry. Here's the key. I'll back you up, I guess.